Welcome to the Awakening Table. We are Calliope and Petros. We created this channel as a means to share our experience of going through the dark night of the soul currently, and doing this through an open, raw discussion at the dinner table style approach. We do this knowing others are going through it, and we hope sharing our experience may help you with your journey.
If you enjoy our videos and content, please show some love by hitting like and subscribe and the notification bell to be notified when a new video is out. Thank you. And today we'll be talking about the search for meaning and purpose.
That magnificent search for meaning and purpose.
Yes.
What is it all about? What is our life about and existence is all about?
Wow, that was a full-on one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's interesting because if there's one area the ego really likes to try and fool you, this is one area, I think.
Yes.
What I mean by that is the ego will put into our head that the meaning and purpose of our life must be this huge, grand, save the world purpose or meaning, but it doesn't have to be.
Not like that for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to do it.
And it's not to say that it won't be. It's not to say that even if it wasn't, that what you do in this life and existence won't have an effect somewhere along the line in the world. It's when it becomes this huge Hollywood style thinking that says, I must be here for something, earth changing, and we get caught up in that we miss the whole point.
Yeah, we do. Like, what is our purpose? What is the meaning to life? We're really searching hard for that, and then it's like we're making it too hard on ourselves.
Yeah, this is where we overthink it, I think. What if it was as simple as just exploring this existence and having an adventure?
Yeah.
What if it was just be of service where you can?
Yeah.
By doing what you love the most, It might be, just talking to someone who feels lonely. Little things that matter that can have huge impact, as opposed to this huge, grand, notion that is more about stroking your ego than actually being present and living life.
I think, the word purpose is like, it does tend to freak you out more, but it's really working on your ego.
It puts pressure on you.
It does put pressure.
It puts this pressure on you that, I've got this huge, massive purpose and meaning that I need to find and fulfill, or else.
Yeah.
Well, part of the purpose of your existence is to find your meaning and purpose. And you might have more than one in life. You might have one in one stage of life, and it changes to something else in the future. But you need to feel your way through it rather than this intellectual, ego-driven,
mindset. Yeah. Like I struggled with that a lot. This purpose, like finding my purpose. I was like, what does it even mean? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to do something really major? But really, the major part is just working on your own self and building up your confidence, starting to love yourself, starting to feel, sharing compassion amongst others and your family and so on, and then just going with that adventure, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
So it freaks you out because the ego is like kind of get in your way.
It does. And I think part of it is finding the truth of yourself and living life through that truth of yourself as well, versus what we're told it should be, what we should be. So a big trap is falling into this idea that if I'm going to matter, if I'm going to have a good life, I must have this major, as I said, life-altering purpose, this life-altering, or earth-altering meaning to my existence, or else it can't work, And it's like, that's not really true. You're here. Yes, you're probably here for a reason. I think we're all here for a reason.
Yeah.
We all have something we need to do at different scales. And those scales, like our purpose and meaning in life, may vary throughout our stages of life. If we can detach ourselves from that egoic thinking and just connect with, that more heart place and go with that, I think I think then we're more likely to find and fulfill whatever we're here to find and fulfill,
Exactly.
and we're more of an inspiration to the rest of the world, so to speak, or to those in our sphere of influence, if we go down that path versus that egoic, conditioned path, if you will.
Yeah, and learning to trust. I know, like for me, trust was a big one. So learning to trust the universe, you're learning to trust yourself, learning to just go with the process. And even though there's a lot of challenges, there's a lot of lessons, but that's part of it. And that's what I kind of like the most about it, because you kind of like more aware of what you need to work on within yourself.
Yep, yep. So, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, what is the purpose? What is the meaning of all this? It's all right to not have the answer. You maybe had an answer and it's no longer the answer. That's okay. The biggest thing, and perhaps in this area, in this topic, the biggest thing and arguably the toughest thing is to be okay with not having any purpose or meaning for now. It won't be forever. And you might get clues and you might be put towards achieving or doing certain tasks, activities, or things that might not necessarily be that thing that you're looking to connect with, but it's the pathway to it. But you won't know that unless you open your heart up, so to speak, and just have that little bit of trust and faith and just go with your gut versus with what your head and ego are yelling inside your head. Um, you know, it's some, you're not any less or worthless or pointless if you don't see or feel a purpose or meaning at the moment. Um, use this as a bit of downtime, as a bit of time to go out and explore and experience different things you wouldn't otherwise do.
Yeah.
And just be mindful of the thoughts in your head. They're not the reality. They're just your brain trying to protect you, but it doesn't know any better. So, um,
I
I,
mean, I went to like a seminar. You were there too, for like knowing your purpose. At the end of it, we're like, I still don't know what my purpose is. Like,
yeah,
okay, what's the point of this? And yeah, so that's just showing, like we're still looking for it.
I think part of finding that purpose or meaning requires you to also do some personal transformation.
Yeah, doing things outside the box,
Yeah,
doing things, with like maybe with the humanity, and as well as, trying new things, even seeking for it's fine, but even if you didn't get the answer.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's and the transformation I talked about is about working on becoming who you need to be to connect with what you want to be or need to be doing in this life and being able to do it. Um, so there's more to purpose in me. It's not just finding it and doing it. It's also becoming who you need to be to find that or to connect to it and to action it.
Yes.
So
I think the best way is to take action, take action and just go with it. Even if you don't know where you're going with it, just make that baby step to get to where you need to go.
yeah, and to sort of clarify that a little bit, you might not know where you're going, but there's little clues.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know what to do or where you're going, it doesn't mean you can't go out there and explore potential avenues and see if any of them resonate with you. So that's the action taking.
Yes.
Sometimes the action you need to take is just to be still and feel what you feel.
Yes.
Just do it.
Yes.
Don't get caught up in this romantic idea of a huge purpose and meaning, because that's the ego and that's not the way to it.
Yeah.
Certainly the ego you isn't, or the purely ego identifying you isn't the person that's going to take the charge, who's going to connect to the purpose and meaning and action it in this life. So you do need to do a bit of self work in the meantime. And that's why maybe you don't feel a sense of purpose and meaning, because for right now, it's not about fulfilling anything. It's about transforming and developing you.
And being patient with it. And patience. We don't like that word.
Good old patience, eh?
Good old patience.
So I don't know. Hopefully that's helped a bit. Hopefully that has given you a bit more perspective and another way to consider and look at the whole topic of purpose and meaning. because there are traps, but hopefully this will help you avoid them or get out of them if you're in them at the moment.
Yeah, just be aware of it. And as long as you are aware of it, you are making progress. So that is the first step. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
All right. I think is that everything for this one?
Everything.
All right.
Yep.
Well, as we always say, please hit like and subscribe and the notification button, and share this channel and videos with anyone you think that could get some benefit out of it. Let us know below your thoughts about meaning and purpose. We'd love to know what you think. But until then, and until the next video, peace be with you.
Bye.
Bye.